Hello dear friends, welcome back, welcome to a new reading, a general reading, a not time specific reading. Being a general reading, please take in account only what you feel that is resonating with yourself. I'm speaking here about energies, I'm not speaking about sexes. I use the characters in the cards in order for me to be able to express myself, but that doesn't mean that if I'm expressing myself as a gender or to a gender, I'm addressing only that gender. We all have both energies in us, feminine and masculine, so please bear with me because it's much easier this way for me to keep a storyline. Because I'm speaking about energies, these energies can also interchange with the characters in the cards. That means that I may speak directly to you, Cancer, because this is your reading, or I may speak directly to the cross-watcher. If this is your case, you'll be able to identify it from the storyline. Thank you for all of you who are making donations. For those of you who are interested in private readings, you can find all the details in the description box below. I like to let the cards come out by themselves. I know this can take a while. This is why the readings have chapters. So if you're not interested in this whole process, if you already know this introduction, please feel free and go directly to the chapter that you are interested in. In case that the chapters are not being visible in the YouTube player, depending on the device that you are using, you can always find the timestamps in the description box below. If you like what you are seeing, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, you're welcome. This being said, thank you again and let's start with your reading. For all who have the Sun, Moon, Rising or Planet Venus in the sign of Cancer, what's for their higher good to know now? What's best for them to know now? Now being the time that you are watching the recording. Sorry. Best messages for Cancer, please. And everything that is in their higher good to know now. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a very fast energy. It can be messages that are coming to you, informations on more than one channel. It can speak about moving towards another place. It can speak about traveling. It can speak about relocation. It can speak about a place foreign from where you are. Those information can come from there, but it's something that is coming towards you very quickly. So let's see. Best messages for Cancer, please. Nine of Cups. Five of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. High Priestess. Ace of Swords. Six of Wands. Nine of Swords, and Judgment. At the bottom of the deck you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is the energy that holds together your entire reading. It can be that current of energy that can move the reading in the direction that it needs to go. This is a very stagnant energy. So it can be the energy in which you are right now. Sometimes it can be subtle and you're not conscious about it. Sometimes it can be stronger and you are conscious about it. And sometimes it's so strong that even people around you are conscious about this energy. Eight of Swords is mental blockage, is having the feeling that you don't have any way out, that whatever you tried, it didn't brought you the desired results, that it didn't bring you something that can bring you out of this stagnancy. You feel like you are being trapped, not being able to see where to go, or even if with very small steps. But this is mainly being swords mental. It's like the hamster on the wheel that is running and running and running, and he cannot, for the sake of his life, understand why. Although he's running like crazy, although all the muscles start and hurt him, the picture around him doesn't change. And this is going through the same way of thinking and keeping us in that prison, mental prison. Because if we are looking a little bit closer, she has these all swords around her, but between this is free space. But because she being in that entrapment, it's like getting scared, and because when we are scared we cannot think so rationally, because she went a little bit right or left and felt those swords and stopped. If she could have gone forward, she will be able to understand, to see that she has a way out, or to use the blade of one sword in order for her to be able to detach this entrapment. But when we are in fear, when we continue and go only on the road's path that we went, we sometimes can keep ourselves in this blockage. So remember, it's only mental. But it's not easy. From 8 you are going to 9. It can be depression. It can be a lot of things that you have to deal with, and not seeing a way out, not knowing how to deal with all of them, how to make everything work, sleepless nights, thinking of how should I handle this. It can be a little bit of depression, but the good news is that you'll come out of it. With the Six of Wands here, victory, you are being led towards victory. And you have here also Five of Cups. And Five of Cups, it's speaking to us about regret, remorse, grieving, having the feeling that everything is lost. And when we are in this energy, I think that this episode in your life created this mental entrapment, created this low frequency in which we continue and stay. Because I always tell you, every problem has a solution, but the solution is from a higher frequency. And until we are not raising our frequency to be able to see the right solution, where we are going in rounds, we only may feel like this is a good solution, but it's not, because it's from the same energy. So the moment that we are going through this, we only focus on what's spilled. And this is intense. This is not fakery. This is really feeling very intense, those remorse, regrets, and hurt. After a while, when everything starts, and it's not that it doesn't feel so strong, but we learn how to live with that. We have moments in which we are looking what's around us, and we then may see that we have still two cups that have their water or whatever it is in them. It's not spilled. And then we start and wait a minute, it's not lost. Maybe it's lost in this situation. Maybe it's lost with this character, but that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. But when we are in this, we only focus on that. And this brought you in this situation. The good news is, in this, when you are in this low frequency, you had that period of time necessary to try and look things from another perspective, because through this you run it again and again, are things that are continuing and repeating in our life, and you start and wait a minute, this is going in circles. It can be learning through repetition, but you are starting and becoming conscious of things that are repeating. And in the majority of times when something repeats in our life, we have the tendency to say, oh my God, this is me, and it's only me who gets this kind of things. And of course it's repeating itself. But we have to understand then, when something repeats, even if we are changing location, changing the people around us, but we are getting in some situation that are resembling very much to something that we already went through, that means that we missed something the previous time, and the life gives us another opportunity, because it's an opportunity for us to integrate what we missed so that we can move forward. And you are becoming conscious of that, and you are simply, wait a minute, I missed something. What have I missed? Please show me what I have to see in this situation so that I can move forward. And you are doing that, and you are starting and understanding patterns of thinking, patterns of doing, patterns of acting, and you understand that with just a little adjustment to those, you can change the outcome. And with that, we are learning through repetition, but it takes some time. You are doing it, and you'll be able to overcome this, to come out of this blockage, come out of this stagnancy, this mental entrapment that has maybe an emotional source, emotional trigger. 9 of Cups speaks to us about, mainly here in this, the ability, because you understand why, to detach yourself emotionally. And when we detach ourselves emotionally, we have that higher perspective and understand and starting and taking care of ourselves, not only physical but mainly emotional, and start doing things that are heightening us and bring us to higher frequency. And we are much more careful with the people that we surround us, so that we are being surrounded with optimistic people, with people that are there for us, supporting us, encouraging us. And surround yourself with children, with pets. They are from a higher frequency than we are. And when you spend much time in this kind of environments, doing what you love, doing what you enjoy, bringing back joy into your life, things are starting and happening, manifest themselves from that higher frequency. And this is what is needed to come out of this. You'll be able to see the right solution from that higher frequency, so that you can overcome this. This is a character that is very happy. It can speak about bringing dreams into fruition, because he's from that, he acts from that higher frequency, and everything is much more easier. It comes much more easier into manifestation when we are in a high frequency. But this character is, just look at him, he's very content with the life that he has, he's very content with the choices that he made, he's listening to himself, he's only doing what feels good. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a truth that comes out, a clarity that you get, how you can handle this, how you can come out of this. And this is that epiphany, that clarity that you get, that will lead you to victory, to overcome this sadness, whatever. Five of Swords, Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, and Nine of Swords meant for you. But you will be able to overcome it and come out victoriously. Also, High Priestess is here, the most intuitive character from the tarot. So you being a water sign, being very empathic, being very deep connected to your intuition, it's another reason to go deep within and connect with your intuition, because you will find your guidance. You will find that guidance that will make it even clearer how to raise your vibration in order to be helped to come out of this. You are only being helped in understanding that with that comes also balance, because the Empress is the character that is in balance. Otherwise she wouldn't be able to do the job that she does. She always communicates with us. Sometimes she can communicate with us through others, but sometimes, because she knows everything and knows also how we react, she knows when her messages towards us via somebody else can be misunderstood, and then she stops communicating to us through others. But that doesn't mean that if you are connecting through your higher intuition, cannot communicate with her. And this is why she's here, in telling you, please connect with your intuition, because I'm here in order to help you, to give you that guidance that is needed in order for you to overcome this sad moment, this blockage, this and judgment. By doing that, you simply come over this, overcome this, because this is your rebirth. This is the moment when you see and understand, yes, I am ready for something new, not only a chapter but a new life. This is Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn, but you hear him but also answering. Why? Because you are ready for your resurrection. You are ready for a new life, that life that is exactly as you want, exactly as you plan, exactly how you know you are deserving of. So this is again the Nine of Swords, that is the lowest from this, together with the Five of Cups, is being surrounded by victory and resurrection. So stay assured that you are coming out of this low frequency. Let's see. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can be any sign of earth. Signs of earth: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It can be somebody that is very successful. It can be a very successful businessman. Somebody that has financial stability, that can offer that stability to others. It can be somebody that comes towards you in order to offer his support. It can be somebody that it can be also you. It can be these abilities of the King of Pentacles that are now being activated within yourself. And we all have this tendency, when something on the emotional side is not going so well, we take refuge in our work and concentrate on working and doing and achieving, and it can be also that. But it can be somebody that can offer you something palpable, practical, pragmatical, being there for you, not only with words or emotionally supporting you, being really there for you to support you, to give a hand if you want. Let's see. What's with the Five of Cups, please? Tell me more about this Five of Cups, this loss, this sorrow, the regret, remorse. Wheel of Fortune. It's like something happened and everything went south. And we can see destiny. I tell you only the extremes. We may feel like everything is happening to us, we are not doing anything and everything happens to us, and with that we have no saying in anything. We put simply ourselves in the victim mode, or we can understand that we have a saying. Maybe we cannot know everything, we cannot direct exactly where, how, or what's happening, but we have a saying, and through that saying we may change a little bit the direction if we want. And through that, through this understanding of destiny, we are taking back charge of our destiny, of our life. So maybe something happened that brought this sadness, but that was one thing, but afterwards everything went south and you ran with it and you kept yourself in that mental blockage, but you are coming out of it. Maybe it was so impactful that this is the only thing that you could do for that moment, but you are coming out of it. Nine of Swords, please. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is your energy. Water energy is it can speak about younger energy, children. It can speak about the inner child. It can speak about it. It's also known as the dreamer. It's like everything what went here with this remorse, with this loss, whatever it was. It's like you lost also the ability to think that dreams can come true. It's like it was something very impactful that brought sorrow, brought this darkness over the ability of I'll be fine. I continue and focus on my intuitive side, focus on my creativity in order to find a solution. And that solution to come from your way of being, way of acting, it was something that impacted a lot this, and this is why you were trapped for a long time in this. But again, you are coming out of it. This is again noticing those things that are repeating themselves and deciding for yourself to come back to the purity of your heart, to connect through the purity of your heart to intuition. And with that, it's like something miraculously it's happening that reminds you of something. You start and remember yourself, how you used to be, how you used to deal with things, how you used to dream of how to do things, and you are coming back to that. It's not specifically that you are start and dream of dreams from childhood, but have that undoubtable faith that as long as I can see it in my mind's eye, as long as I can connect through it, through my intuition, it can be done. It also can speak to us about creativity, and it can be that solution, one of them, in order to come out of this very low frequency, doing what you love. Think, write, sing, draw, dance, whatever. Doing those things will slowly but surely raise your vibration. By raising your vibration, you will be able to see from that higher perspective and see also the right solutions. 8 of Pentacles. Those things, those patterns that are repeating or becoming conscious of them, tweaking them a little bit in order to have another kind of result, learning something palpable, practical, pragmatical, something new, and the learning process is through repetition. It's a card that speaks about self-mastery. When we start and understand things that when they are repeating themselves, we have to be a little bit more attentive why that is happening. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles, it's speaking to us about mainly a very stagnant energy, a very fixed energy. I'm not letting go of it, but in this deck of cards, I love it because not only that this mermaid, it's taking care of her hair and the motion is to let go, but it's also this water that is flowing. So for me, this is information that you are starting and let go of everything that may kept you through those patterns of thinking, doing, acting that kept you in that stagnancy. This is starting and letting go. Because of so much water, it can be that you are releasing some emotions. It can be a little bit emotional, but it's like purification through water, and water is your own element, so don't fight it. Learn through it because it will help you release everything that kept you stagnant in it, and by releasing it, you'll be able to see from that higher perspective. You free yourself. What's with the 9 of Cups, please? Okay, what's with the High Priestess, please? Through connecting, through your higher wisdom, through your intuition, through your higher self, if you want, you will be able to identify what you have to need to release. And it can be emotional, but don't fight it. Take only the lessons and everything else let go. What's with the High Priestess, please? King of Pentacles. Again, it can be that the High Priestess is nudging you towards somebody that maybe can help you, somebody that can give you in a very practical way. They are very pragmatical and practical. They are the best in taking an idea, a project from the theory and bringing it into manifestation because they have this ability. So maybe you are being guided towards somebody that can give you some instruments, some examples, some exercises with whom you can start this releasing process. And in learning those new techniques, if you want, you can not achieving that self-mastery, but through something very practical, pragmatical, because we have only pentacles here, 4 of pentacles, 8 of pentacles, king of pentacles. So really doing something, but seeing the results in a very tangible way. What's with the 9 of Cups, please? Tell me more about the 9 of Cups. Detaching yourself emotionally from this, starting and taking care of yourself, mainly also emotionally, physically, but emotionally, doing things that you are enjoying, surrounding yourself with good people, positive people. High Priestess again. So it's through her, through your intuition, through the guidance that you are receiving, you'll be led towards people that can help you in a practical way in order for you to raise your vibration. And as much as you stay connected deeper and deeper to your intuition, you can start and bring things into manifestation exactly as you wish, because 9 of Cups, it's also speaking to us, bringing dreams and hopes into manifestation, making your dreams come true, starting with little ones, but every day something new and something new, and your self-esteem rises, your way of thinking about yourself, your love, for yourself, respect, and with this new regained self-confidence, you'll start and bring things into manifestation. She's like bringing everything around her in focusing on what she wants in order for her to bring that into manifestation. Just listen to your intuition, because you'll be able to see clear in a deep way, deep manner, how you can make, not only come out of this low frequency, release everything, but how to make your dreams come true. Ace of Swords, that clarity, that epiphany that you have, that will lead you towards victory, that truth that is coming. You are realizing, it's like you realize that you had something very important, something very like a treasure that was deep down within yourself, and you didn't know that you had it, and you are discovering that now. Ace of Swords, please. The Moon. The Moon can be sign of Pisces. The Moon can speak to us about things that were hidden, things that were not spoken of, things that were kept a secret. You can keep those things, that inner treasure, safe from yourself, hidden from yourself. It can be something that is so deep in your subconscious that you didn't know, but now you have the ability, with this epiphany, with this truth that is coming out, to reach behind the veil. By listening to your intuition, you will have this moment of being able to see behind the veil, in order for you to bring information from your subconscious or from your higher self into conscious. And having now new information, you know how to deal with everything in order for you to be led towards victory. It's the most spiritual sign of all, and I always tell you, every sign, every planet that that governs a sign has a high frequency manifestation modus and a low frequency manifestation modus. In low frequency are secrets, things that are being hidden, but in a high frequency with the truth that is coming out is that spiritual side, is that ability of seeing from that higher perspective, understanding, reaching information that can lead you not only to overcome this, but change everything, understand from that higher perspective. Victory, Six of Wands, success, victory. It's like everything changes. It's like from here to here, the moment that you are starting and reconnecting through your intuition to higher guidance, everything starts and changed, and the picture changes itself because you understand everything. It's like seeing at a puzzle for a long time and not understanding why you cannot put the pieces together, and something switches and the whole picture is changing and everything is fitting exactly. And Six of Wands, please. Seven of Swords. You are being victorious over Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be somebody that is very manipulative, has a hidden agenda, only is interested in getting what he wants without caring who he or she is hurting doing that. Or it can be, I always see the Seven of Swords as the minor arcana of the devil. We can play this ourselves, this role of sabotaging ourselves. And the moment that you see, you understand what you kept close to you, things that were not good for you, but you kept them, and you are starting and releasing them, and see from that higher perspective, you will get victory over everything with which you maybe sabotaged yourself. You are becoming conscious of those patterns, and now you'll be able to, when you start, you will be able to observe yourself. It's like being on the stage playing a role, but also being the observer of that play. And you observe yourself when you are start and doing things, and stop yourself. And what are you doing? Go back. We don't do this thing anymore because we know better than that. And with that is victory over everything with what we may sabotage ourselves. And this, he holds this mermaid holds a sword. This is the Ace of Swords. You will be able to see clear. In order for you to know how to deal, to not go back to those patterns, so that you have this victory. Overcome everything. And with that, having your rebirth, your resurrection, your new start, your new life. Judgment. Why is Judgment here, please? Ten of Wands. You are starting and releasing it. It was a very hard lesson. You took upon yourself much more responsibilities that were yours, but at the soul level, you chose this path in order for you to be able to integrate the wisdom behind the experience, so that you put an end to this cycle once and for all. And it was not easy, but you did it. And the moment that you started integrating everything, you started releasing, because you are putting an end to this cycle. And you'll be victorious. it was very burdening, but you will be able to release everything and have your new beginning. What comes to an end is this burdening way of doing things, of feeling burdened by everything, and you'll put an end to it because you learned the wisdom, you integrated the wisdom behind the experience. So, good for you, Cancer. Let's see. What's the best advice, the best guidance, doesn't matter, for Cancer at the end of the reading, please? Best advice, best guidance, Ascension, Serapis Bey. So, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. Serapis Bey is the light keeper in charge of ascension. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he is a presence we can call on in order to ascend. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Serapis Bey can guide us from the lowest states of being back to the light. His energy is almost like that of the phoenix, giving us the support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports our growth. And this is what you are doing. The stars cannot shine without darkness. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma or depression, but this is a new beginning. Become aware of growth. There is always room for improvement. There's also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be as strong, powerful, or forced or focused as you are today. You are ascending personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support you. So, dear Cancer, just embrace the whole process because you are simply doing it. It was hard until you were able to become conscious of this treasure that you really are, and now that you are understanding, everything starts and changes. Why? Because you are resurrecting yourself from your own darkness, because you are seeing the light. So good for you, Cancer. I hope this helped. Till next time, take care. Bye.